Vitakkasaṇthānasutta. Before giving talk, we will pay respect Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Vitakkasaṇthānasutta. First of all, we will explain the word of Sutta. About the Sutta, there are many definitions. We cannot translate with one word. But we can only explain. Generally translate discourse. So if we divide Buddha's teaching into 3, so there are Vinaya, Sutta, and Abhidhamma. So we call Vinaya Vitakka, Vinaya bucket. So bucket or basket? Basket. So Sutta Vitakka, Sutta basket. Abhidhamma Vitakka, Abhidhamma basket. There are 3 baskets. So in the Vinaya Vitakka, there are many rules, especially for the Bhikkhus. So what you should do, what you should not do. So because of this, Vinaya Vitakka is called Anadesana, rule teaching. So in the Abhidhamma Vitakka, we skip or jump Sutta. In the Abhidhamma Vitakka, there are many ultimate realities. Instead of saying man and woman, human and deva, so they say as elements, like a nama rupa or 5 aggregates, like that. So because of this, Abhidhamma is called Paramattha Desana, ultimate reality teaching. But in the Sutta basket, there are many common usage. Man use as a man, woman use as a woman, so people can understand easily. Because of this, Sutta Vitakka is called Vahara Desana. May translate common usage teaching. So one of the definitions of Sutta is Sutta, well teaching or well taught. So if so, Vinaya is Vinaya not well taught, is Abhidhamma not well taught. So because in the Vinaya there are many rules. If you say many rules, you should not do this, you should not do that, you may not like it. Some may not like it. In the same way, if we say always Namarupa or 5 aggregates, if we say all the time as elements, you may not like it. But if we use a common usage, man as a woman, man as a man, woman as a woman, stories, most of people will like it. So Sutta, Sutta, well teaching or well taught. This is just one of the definitions. There are many definitions. But you now understand Vinaya is what kind of teaching, Abhidhamma is what kind of teaching, Sutta is what kind of teaching. So it is the meaning of Sutta. So after explaining about the Sutta, we will explain the name of Sutta, Vitakkasaṇthāna. So it is coming from Suttas, a part of Sutta. One method of Sutta But the original word is 3, not just 2. So what are 3? Vitakka-saṅkhāra and saṇṭhāna. 3 words. So maybe because of long name, 1 in the middle is deleted, Vitakka-saṇthāna. But when we explain, we need to go original word, Vitakka-saṅkhāra-saṇṭhāna. Vitakka means thoughts. According to here, unwholesome thoughts or evil thoughts. So what is a saṅkhāra? Saṅkhāra is which can create, something which can create. Can create what? Evil thought. That means the cause of evil thought. The cause of evil thought. So what is that? Improper attention. So paying attention wrongly. So unwise attention. So next one, Vitakka-saṅkhāra-saṇṭhāna. What is a saṇṭhāna? So saṇṭhāna is the location where the cause of evil thoughts arise. So it is also causes. So the cause of thoughts, or the origin of thoughts, evil thoughts. So the cause of evil thought is improper attention. The cause of improper attention is perversion of a perception, saññvipallāsa. So perversion of a perception, wrong perception, marking in a wrong way. So impermanence, marking as a permanence. Dukkha, you think as a sukha. Anatta, you think as a atta. So that means a perversion of a perception. So if we have a perversion of a perception, we will have improper attention. If we have improper attention, we will have evils. So that is the meaning of Vitakka-saṅkhāra-saṇṭhāna. Okay, we will start Sutta. That's heavy and hard. So as usual, we start in this way. That's heavy and hard. This is Pandit Ananda's saying in the first Sangha Council. On one occasion, the Blessed One was living at Savatthi in Jeta's grove, Janakābhivaṃsa's park. There he addressed the Bhikkhus thus: Bhikkhus, Venerable Sir, they replied. The Blessed One said this: Bhikkhus, when a bhikkhu is pursuing the higher mind, from time to time, he should give attention to 5 objects. So, what is a higher mind here? Higher mind is 8 kinds of absorption, 8 kinds of Jhānas, which is the foundation of vipassanā. It is called higher mind. So, when we have evil thoughts during meditation, we should pay attention this one first. So, giving attention to some other object connected with what is wholesome. So, you should change your object. So, we will go to simile. Just as a skilled carpenter or his apprentice might knock out, remove, and extract a cause pack by means of a final one. So, evil thought, there are three types mentioned. Number one, related to craving. Number two, related to anger or aversion. Number three, related to delusion. So we'll go past. Related to craving. So craving has two types. Craving due to beings. Craving due to properties. So if we have a craving, we have the thought of craving due to beings. So what we need to practice is asubha, foulness or unattractiveness. How to practice asubha? Number one is a dead body. Different types of dead body. Some are like a swelling, some are a lot of blood, spas, some are cutting here and there, some are bitten by dogs in the cemetery. So different types of dead body we should see, we should mark in our mind, we should reflect as a disgusting thing. Our body have this nature, so others' body have this nature. We should reflect again and again. So if we think in this way, it is a good thought, wholesome thought, can reduce attachment to beings. Number two is 32 parts. So this body is a combination of 32 parts. So according to Pali, we call it Kaya. Body is the Kaya. Kaya is has two words, Ku and Aya. Ku is a disgusting things. Aya is a arising place, existing place. So existing place of disgusting. So it means a body. So what are disgusting things? 32 parts. Like a hair, body hair, nail, teeth, skin, flesh, sinew, bones, bone marrow, kidney, liver, membrane, right? Membrane. Next one, spleen, lung, bigger intestine, small intestine, undigested food, brain. Next one is bile, phlegm, after that, pus, blood, sweat, fat, tears, wine, saliva, mucus, liquid between joints, urine. So altogether 32 parts. Body is a combination of 32 parts. So if you reflect those things, those are disgusting things, you should reflect again and again. You should think again and again. So sometimes even you may ask yourself, do you attach liver? Do you attach big intestine or small intestine? So in this way you should ask. If you ask in this way, you will not attach. Attachment can be removed. Your mind will be quiet in the meditation object. while we concentrated. So next way to practice asubha is this body full of bacteria. So some are dependent on the skin, some are dependent on the flesh, on the sinew, on the bones, on the bone marrow. So they stay in the body. So if we eat something, so go to 5 things. One is become the food of those virus, bacteria. One is burned by fire. One is go to urine. One go to feces. One go to body. So 5 ways to go. So yeah, there are many bacteria as types, 80,000 types mentioned in the teaching. So just the types, not counting individuals. So they stay in the body. They use this body as their toilet. They give a bath in this body. They use this body as their cemetery. So they use this body as their hospital. So because of this, this body is full of impurities. If we reflect those conditions, we can reduce attachment. We can remove craving towards beings. So our mind will be concentrated, will be quiet. We will improve in meditation. Next way to practice asubha, foulness, is in this body there are 9 holes. We call it in Pali Mahavana, great or big wound. Big wound. So if we have a wound, so what kind of things coming out from the wound is impurities like pus, bad blood. So those are disgusting things. But normal wound can be cured within a week, within a month. After that, will be fine. But this 9 big wound cannot be cured. It is for the whole life. Like an eye hole, ear hole, nose hole, etc. So from those holes, impurities are coming out every day, all the time. We have to clean day after day. So because of ourselves, we have to do. If for the others, we will not do. It is very disgusting. So it is not curable. The whole life will be. So from any hole, nothing good coming out. So always coming out impurities. So we should mark. We should think those things as disgusting things. If so, we can reduce attachment towards the being. So we may be able to remove evil thoughts. So at that time, our mind will be concentrated, will be quiet. We will improve in meditation. So next one is our body has a body pores, many body pores. So from any body pores, so impurities are coming out all the time. So we wash our clothes, clean clothes we wear. After 1 or 2 days, so it gets bad smell. So even a princess body, king's body, or anyone's body, so full of impurities. So if we don't wash, so king's bodies and beggar's body will be the same thing. So all are disgusting. So we should reflect to remove attachment towards being. So next one, craving due to properties. Due to properties, attachment to the properties. If we have this kind of thought during meditation or in any other time, so what we need to do is asamika bhava, the state of not being an owner. So you may think you have a lot of properties, no, but you are not owner. So not owner of properties. So what is the meaning of owner of properties? If we are owner of the property will not connect to anyone, will not related to anyone, must follow your desire. So you can do whatever you like. It is the meaning of owner. But normally our properties are connected to thieves, connected to fire, connected to wind, connected to water, connected to governments. So there are many connections. Because of many connections, they will disturb our properties from time to time. Because of this, we are not real owner of our properties. So always connecting with many things. So there are some saying in Myanmar, if we say, I'm owner of the land, so land will laugh. Because many owners, many people say, owner of this land, or they are passed away. The owners are changing, the lands are still having, so land will laugh. My next one, if people say, I'm the owner of gold or ornaments, they will laugh. Because their owners so passed away one after another. They are still existing in the world, so they want to laugh. Something like that. There is another laughing, but I want to say here. So this is just a Myanmar saying. So because of this, if we want to reduce attachment to the properties, we should reflect the state of not being an owner. We are not owner. So thinking as an owner is a problem because if you go to monastery, maybe monastery may have many bhikkhus. So you may not know who is a abbot. So if you want to know, very easy. You drop one plate. So one plate may have a nice sound. Other time, one bhikkhu may shout, "Who are you? Who is that?" So first shouting, it is coming from the abbot. Because the other bhikkhus, everyone understand. The plates sometimes may drop down. But if we think as an owner, so we cannot understand why you drop my plate like that. Because of this, if we have attachment to the properties, so we should reflect the state of not being an owner. So sometimes the Buddha gave instruction about the properties. If you want to be owner of properties, so you should donate. So if you have donated, so no one can disturb. That donation will support many lives to be rich. So to have a comfortable life. Because of this, to be a real owner about the properties, so the Buddha said, donate properties. So next way to practice to reduce craving towards the properties is Tawakalika Bhava, being short-lived. Being short-lived. Huh? So the clothes we wear, the properties we have. So after sometimes it will be old, so become ugly, so become disgusting things. So because of this, every property will be short-lived. So we should reflect being short-lived. If so, we can remove attachment towards the properties. Our mind will be concentrated on our meditation. We will improve in meditation.
Yes.
So for those who are practicing higher mind, from time to time, pay attention 5 objects. So number 1, when we are practicing meditation, when we have an evil thought during meditation, we should change another object. In the previous talk, we have taught craving due to beings, craving due to properties. Today we will talk about aversion or anger due to beings, aversion or anger due to properties. So if we have anger, how to do? Which kind of object we should practice? So when we have anger or aversion due to beings, so the commentary give advice to practice loving kindness, metta. So normally we need to pay attention or practice our main object all the time. But in this time, because of evil thoughts that we have to change another object to practice metta. The original object, original meditation, let's say breathing meditation. Breathing meditation also can remove anger if improved. But before improvement, sometimes we cannot stop anger. So metta is the best medicine or special medicine, especially for the anger. So because of this, if we have anger due to beings, we should practice metta meditation, loving kindness or friendship. So you may try to see people who you respect. There are many people in the world. There are some people we hate, but also we have many people we respect, we love. If we try to see in mind, it will be easier to produce metta. So another thing is maybe before sleeping or after sleeping, we may start with metta every day. If we usually have anger, so if we start with metta, so we may not have anger easily. So this is the way to dispel, to remove anger. there are some advice to remove anger. So I will give because from different places, because many people may have anger. So we need to know ways to remove anger. So first of all, we will move next one. Aversion due to properties, anger because of properties. So when we have anger based on properties, we need to practice 4 elements. So what are 4 elements? Earth element, water element, fire element, and the wind element. So every physical things, every materialities have this type of 4 elements. Let's say our body, you may press hard and soft. It is earth element, like mud. So also wetting, flowing or cohesion. So it is water element. Fire, temperature or heat. We have another thing is like we move, we shake, we speak or step, going to toilet or eating, swallow. So those movements done by wind. We have wind. So every materiality have 4 elements. So if we have anger due to properties, maybe due to form, due to house, so you should ask, do you have anger towards other elements? Do you have anger towards water elements or fire elements, wind elements? If we think as elements are not to be angry. So because of this, if we have anger due to properties, so commentary give advice to practice 4 elements. So there are some other advices teaching in the other places. So if we have anger towards someone, so we should try to focus something good. So some people speaking is good, no action, but you should focus on the speaking. Some people speaking is not good, but they can help with the body. Bodily action is good. If so, we should focus on that. Some people, only mind is good. Sometimes we can find. So, like he may do chanting, or he may meditate, so or listen Dhamma. So by seeing that, we can notice, oh, his mind or her mind is good. So we may focus on that. If someone is good in everything, so whatever you see, you can see to have a metta. But someone with all bad action, again, bodily or mentally, or no good, how we should have. So we should have compassion, like the parents towards the children. If their children is no good, but they still have compassion. So those people cannot improve in this life. In the same way, cannot improve in the future. After that, they were reborn in a woeful state because of bad action in everything. So by thinking in this way, we should have compassion. So this is the way taught in the Agada Vinaya Sutta to remove anger. So next way to remove anger is to reflect the benefits of metta. What are benefits of metta? So number one, good sleep. Can have a good sleep. Can wake up in a good way. Go wake up, you may say. So no dream, no bad dream. Protected by devas. Loved by devas, many peoples. Cannot be affected by weapons, poisons. We have a clear face. Can get a concentration easily. Can reborn in the Brahma realm. So if we reflect those benefits of metta, so we may not have anger. We may be able to dispel anger. If so, the mind will be concentrated on the meditation object. The next one is to reflect as relatives. So in the long samsara, so everyone have been as a relatives. So he or she may have been as our mother or father who take care of us, our friends, or any other relatives. So if we have this kind of thinking, this kind of perception, so as a relatives, we may be able to remove our anger. Next one is to reflect karma as our property. So if we have anger, we will not be good about our karma. So the anger is not the cause of Buddha, Vitakka Buddha, and Buddha's disciple. So because of anger, we will reborn in bad destination. We will have a bad condition in the future. It is the enemy's wish to have a bad condition. So because of this, we should have anger. In the same way, if other people have anger, it is their karma. So they will not be good. So if we reflect in this way, we may not have anger. We may be able to dispel anger. Another thing to reflect is Bodhisattva's parami. Bodhisattva has fulfilled parami, Khandi parami, being patient, also included. So one time, Bodhisattva is ascetic. His name is Khandi Wadi, who has a view of being patient. So one time he was in the royal garden. The king queens came to the garden. So king is trying to sleep. Only one of the queen. The other queens are surrounding. King fall asleep. At that time, the other queens didn't stay there. Visit in the garden here and there. So Bodhisattva ascetic approached So Bodhisattva is giving talk. At that time, the king waked up. Who are they? So the queen, where the king sit, where the king sleep, said. So they don't care you. they didn't care you. They are visiting here and there. So the king got angry. So trying to find out. Saw queens approaching Bodhisattva. So king got angry more. So who are you? Asking ascetic. Oh, I'm ascetic. My name is Khandivadi, who has the view of being patient. Oh, you can be patient. So the king cutting in hand. Can you be patient? Oh, my being impatient is my patience is not in the hand. So I'd rather cutting leg, maybe cutting ears, nose, asking question. Can you still be impatient? Be patient? Oh, my patience is not there. My patience is in the heart. At that time, the king kick on the chest and go away. You hold your patience. I will go. So when the king reached out of the range of aesthetics view, sink and then the fire from the head came up, wipe away, the sink into the earth. So king reborn in hell. So in that story, although kings are cutting body limbs, Bodhisattva trying to maintain his patience, his candy. So yeah, sometimes we don't have any other choice. Enemy is bigger and stronger. As a ascetic, cannot harm others. May have a chance to run. Seem to be not possible in that condition. So no choice except being patient. So Bodhisattva have been practiced in this way. So we should follow sometimes. Our effort or wisdom may not be useful. So condition is really bad, unchangeable. So if we can be patient. Still we can get some kind of parami, kanti parami. So conditions are bad, but we are gaining something. So as a Bodhisattva in that story, so yeah, he has to die, but also have chance to fulfill kanti parami. His death is worthy, but the king more painful than that ascetic harm him. So because of this, Bodhisattva's work is well done. So for himself, he can get a better condition. For the enemies, although he didn't do any harming, but already more painful than the harm. So because of this, we should practice kanti parami. If so, we may be able to dispel our anger. Well, we need to be patient. So it is mentioned in Sabasava Sutta to dispel evils. So like weather, the weather may be hot, may be cold. So here the weather is very very hot. So yeah, sometimes no electricity. So we don't have a choice. So except being patient. So sweating all the time. So if we don't practice, we will have anger. Why the weather is such hot? So we need to be patient. If we don't patient, yeah, so we may get angry. We may not be able to do our jobs. So this is also one thing to practice about the being patient. Another thing is our disease. Strong one, difficult to be patient. So sometimes like a headache or sore throat, something like that. So those are always having painful. So happening again and again. So for everyone, that's so much. They will have some kind of disease sooner or later. Except being patient, we cannot do. And so if we can do, we do. Taking medicine, doing exercise, but sometimes unavoidable. So we have to use being patient, not to have anger, not to have any evils. So trying to be patient. Another thing is badly saying of others. So we cannot close others' mouth. Yeah, some people say, my mother gave about me with the mouth. I want to talk whatever I want to talk. So we cannot close to them. Maybe sometimes they are saying is correct, although we don't want to hear. So sometimes not correct. Anyway, we have to be patient. They will say with their mouth. We cannot stop it. So in the same way, so in the world, especially in Myanmar, so people are not united. This group, that group. So some people are in that group. Some people are in this group. So who is right or wrong? They speak each other. So as a group, their mind usually is very strong. So we don't want to hear something strongly saying. So, but we cannot stop. So we should try to be patient. It is advice from the Sarvasva Sutta, badly saying of others. Maybe they are saying it's correct, may not be correct, but it is something gross to hear. So trying to be patient. Another thing is some animals or creatures, they are aggressive, want to harm others. So maybe elephants, horses, cows. So sometimes we may encounter those things, but if you are city people, so you may not need to fear those things, but you may need to fear mosquito, very famous one. So mosquito biting, breaking our good sleep. So we cannot stay quietly, bite here, bite there, some insects. So sometimes we cannot stop it. So if we kill them, we can kill it easily, but our karma will not be good, will be bad. So because of this young time, my friend Samira said, because of itchiness, I rub my body. While rubbing, mosquito was dead. He said, I'm very happy. Because of no intention, it is not killing, but in the mind have anger. So because of itchiness, Rab, mosquito was dead. So he's very happy. So like that. So some kind of creatures or animals or maybe insects, maybe coronavirus. Yeah, we need to be patient. No choice, Everyone have to wear mask. Have to do social distancing. Have to have a good ventilation. So injection. So many things we have to do. So the whole world have to do because of virus which we cannot see our eye. So yeah, because of that, those we need to be patient. We need to practice. If we cannot, we will have anger. We will have any other defilements. So another thing is to reflect about the fault of anger. So anger is similar to a kind of stick, a kind of firewood in a cemetery. So, but you may not know about that. So especially in a village. So there is a cemetery, something not near, not far from the village. So burn people, dead body. So in that place. So because of this, some firewoods are there. When they burn people. So some people in the forest, so when they want to go to toilet, they have to choose a secluded place, usually go to cemetery. So after using as a toilet, going in toilet, they clean their body with the sticks. One side is burning, become charcoal. The other side is firewood. They clean it with that. So one side is because of firewood, not useful. The other side is because of dirty. So this kind of firewood is not useful for the forest to make a firewood or to use some other things. Not useful for the houses in a village. So both sides is not good. In the same way, like anger, anger is not good for ourselves and for the others. In the same way, for the present life, for the future. So both sides is bad. Not like some greed or craving. Craving sometimes something good, maybe presently good, but in the future not good. Maybe one side is good, the other side is not good. Anger is not like that. Both the side is not good. So if we reflect in this way, we may be able to dispel anger. Next one is similar to fallen poison or poison with bad taste. So some poison have a good taste. So, but anger is similar to poison with bad taste. So when we have anger, we feel no good. So although we produce bad result. Because of this, it is similar to poison with bad taste. So some medicine, although having bad taste, so some are poison, but still have a good taste. But anger is similar to poison with bad taste. The Buddha said in the Vitakkasaṇthānasutta. So if someone cuts, let's say, our hand with a saw, which has blades in the two sides. So not just one side. Soil is very, very rough, very gross if we rub. So it will be very painful. Although someone is cutting our limbs, body limbs, if we have anger, the Buddha said, not following his admonishment means although other people are harming, although any condition we have, if we have anger, that means not following Buddha's teaching. The Buddha didn't teach in which kind of situation you need to have anger. We should not have anger. So in the Dhamma realm, one day what they call it Yakka came to the place of King or Deva. There is a special place of the King or Deva. You may heard it before. So if he stands, sink until a knee. If he sits, sink until waist. So in the movie you may see like a cloud. So yeah, one Yakka, they call it Yakka, one Deva, came to that place. He sit. So very ugly. Other Devas saw, oh, why you sit in the place of King or Deva? So other Deva blame him. Whenever they blame, the Yakka is more and more beautiful. More and more beautiful. So because of this, the Deva said, oh, this is a Godabhaka, anger eater. Anger eater. Who eats anger? So other people blame, other Deva blame him. He is more and more beautiful. More beautiful. More beautiful. Later they will understand, oh, this one will be Godabhaka, anger eater. So at that time they report King or Deva. King or Deva came to that place, knelt down. Knelt down is a right knee down. Left hand, left knee, little bit right up. So wear like that, rope one side together. I'm the King or Deva. He pay respect. Conditions, both sides something paying respect. Humble. I'm the King or Deva. I'm Sakka. Like that. He reports that Yakka. At that time, Yakka is become more and more ugly, like that. So later disappeared. So that Yakka is coming in from the Brahma realm. Want to test King or Deva's mind. So King or Deva is humble, so he cannot stay anymore in that place. Have to be disappeared. So sometimes when we fight with the people, so if we have anger, they may be anger eater who eats anger. They will be more beautiful. So that story is mentioned, I think, in the Samyutta Nikaya, Godabhaka. So when you have anger, you may reflect. Other people may be anger eater, who eats anger. You should reflect that. Sometimes you need to be humble. You need to pay respect. They will not stand. They will disappear. In the Ovada Padimaka, the Buddha gave Ovada admonishment. Kandi Brahma Dabodhideka. being impatient is the best practice. So, yeah, to practice we need patience, everything. So everything we do, we need to be patient. Even in this talk, I'm late in 10 minutes. Having a long talk. Huh? No more time for the question and answer. But you need to be patient. So if you can be patient, you can get some kind of knowledge. So in the same way, when we meditate, we will have a pain in legs, pain in waist, something like that. So everything we do, we have to be patient. So because of this, the Buddha said, "Kandi Brahman Bodhideka." So being impatient is the best ascetic practice. So we should reflect. Another advice is if we have an enmity in between, hatred in between two persons, so give us something, give a gift. When you give a gift, they may say, oh, they may surprise, thank you, something like that. So when we saw such kind of action, we take a photo in the mind, so to produce metta towards our enemy. So it is one way, one advice given in the teaching. So the last advice is by seeing someone, if we cannot produce metta, if we have anger always, so please think like a kind of creeper, one of a creeper or one of a grass in the world. So when we go walking, maybe grass beside the road or creepers beside the road, we don't pay attention. We walk our way. So in the same way, if we have someone who we hate, so if we cannot dispel that, we should think one of a creeper, one of a grass in the world. So we should ignore. So sometimes, so people may say differently. We may not like, so we need to ignore, like a kind of one of a grass, one of a creeper in the world. So, as a conclusion of this sutta, anger due to property to practice four-element meditation, anger due to passion to practice metta. Yeah, that's all for today. Time is up. We should make a wish and share merit. Repeat after me.
Chúng ta đọc theo Ngài Xe đâu.
Edawada cha ammehi
Etavata chamehi
sambadam punya sambadam
sambadang punya sambadang
sabe dewa numodandu
sabe dewa anumodantu
sabha sambati sairiya
sabha samadhi sindhya
idame nyadina hodu
idame nyadina hontu
sukhida hondu nyadayo
sukita hontu nyadayo
idame punyam
idame punyang
vipassanā
nibbanasa
pacayo
pacayo
hodu
hontu
punya bhagam
mama punya bagang
sabha sadanam
sabha satanang
Pājemi
Pācemi
Sabe
Te Sabe
Samam
Me Samang
Punya Bhagam
Punya Bagang
Labandu
Labandu
Sadhu
Sadhu Sadhu
Sadhu
Sadhu